Hey friends, it's your girl Chanaya.B, aka, and today you got a special guest.
AKA what? The way you snatched my heart, I feel like you had it before. Okay.
It is. Hey friends, so today we got Alright.
Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the
Hey friends, it's your girl Chanaya.B, aka
Baby foot, liquor foot.
Today we're here with a special guest.
It's your boy Marquise, aka CousinQuis, aka Keys from BFam TV. If you're watching this video, subscribe to Shanaya's channel and subscribe to my channel, BFam TV. Yeah, do that.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about some misconceptions that people have about HBCUs. You know, I attend the illustrious Virginia State University.
And I attend the illustrious, the one and only, home by the sea, Hampton University. We're gonna do this, or we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do what?
Let's go.
Let's go. Number one, I'm reading them off of my phone. The number one misconception is that HBCUs are not worth the money.
HBCUs are not worth the money if you're just the type of student that likes to go to class and then go back to your room, and then go to class and go back to your room. You can go to any school and do that. If you're gonna go to HBCU, and if you want it to be worth the money, then you have to participate in all the extracurriculars that they have to offer. Like if you're just a regular old student and don't want college to be an experience, then you're right, it's not worth the money. But for me and for Chanaya, we're people that like to get involved, people that want college to be the best 4 years of our life. So HBCUs are the perfect place for that. And it's worth every bit of the money. You have to see it as an investment. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it as something that you're putting the money into that's going to pay off later. Yeah.
Very much so. Misconception number two. They do not give out much money or no money at all. Not all schools are expensive. You have to dibble and dabble and see what school you want to go to. As for mine, I chose my school because the same price I'm paying here, I would have paid to go to that school regardless. So it doesn't even matter. Now, for me, I was lucky to only have to pay like $2,000 for the semester out of pocket. And they do give out money because if you talk to financial aid, they will sure enough add more money to your tuition and you'll be fine. But I know a lot of HBCUs are expensive because a lot of people do not fund HBCUs because it's HBCU as they do other PWIs.
The difference I would say between HBCUs and PWIs when it comes to funding and when it comes to financial aid and the money that they give you is that a lot of PWIs will just throw money at you because you're black or you're a minority, and they just give a lot of money to a lot of minorities. HBCUs can potentially give you the same amount of money. They're just not going to give it to you without you asking. Like, you got to find the right people to contact, and you got to hit them up, ask them for money, maybe once, maybe twice, but they're just not going to give you the money just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of PWIs seek out minority students and give them a lot of funding. But at HBCUs, the majority of the students are minorities. So they're not going to give you money just because you're a minority, if that makes sense. So really, it's up to you. If you're persistent enough, then you'll find the right people to contact and you'll get the funding that you need.
To piggyback off of what he said about PWIs throwing money at you because you're a minority, that is very much true, so they can have diversity in their school. Don't let them fool you. Don't go to HBCU. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't care about you.
Misconception number three, there's no diversity. And that is a big misconception. Just because it's a HBCU, that doesn't mean that only minorities, us black folks, only go there. No. My school, there is a handful of whites, Asians, and then blacks, of course. That makes up the big population, but that is not all that attends a HBCU.
HBCUs, just like if you went to a PWI and majority of students are white, and then there's the other races that follow after that, it's just like the opposite. At a HBCU, the majority of students are black, but then there's still other races there. Like, there's no rule that says only black students can go to this school. So you're definitely, if you actually go on the campus, you'll see a lot of black kids. You definitely will. A lot of minority students. But you're also going to see other races represented on the campus too. You feel me?
Misconception number 4. The education / teaching is lesser. We don't learn things that other colleges teach. That's a big misconception, because if that was the case, I would not be attending the school that I attend. They actually do teach you more, because I feel like PWI teach you, the white history and the white thing, the thing that they want to teach you. But HBCUs, they're teaching you your history, the school's history, and the other history that goes along with it. You learn a lot of things from the people that are there, the other professors that are there. So
that is
I think the teaching is either the same, maybe a little better, to be honest.
I think it's definitely better, because when you're taught by people that look like you, it makes you care about what you're learning that much more. And these HBCU professors, they have the ability to like relate what you're learning to you, and it just makes you care more. So like Chanaya said, you're learning about whatever subject you're teaching, and you're learning about yourself at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, your professor might like give you a lesson about Black history while teaching you calculus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. While at a PWI, you're just there to go to class. Your professor don't even know your name, and you're at a class of 500 people, a lecture class. At a HBCU, the class sizes are much smaller, so it's much more personable, almost like a high school setting when your teacher and you can have a relationship. And yeah, you'll definitely learn more because you have more one-on-one time with your teacher, and when you have a connection, a relationship with a teacher, you just tend to learn more and to care more about that class.
Misconception number 4. It is unprofessional or unorganized. And I feel like people say this only because it's Black people and they think we're unprofessional and unorganized, but not these people, especially because it's down south. I feel like the older our elders are very much organized and very much professional. You know, they like to be answered with yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, and they are on time with things a lot. It's not, color people time. They're on time. But yeah, no, cause for real.
I mean, there's been the moments of unprofessionalism, like there would be at any school, if that makes sense. But I guess it's amplified when it's as Black people. But to be honest, like when you say like unprofessional, not everything needs to be professional, if that makes sense. Like something about being at a HBCU makes you comfortable, and sometimes something isn't professional, but that's not to say that's a bad thing, if that makes sense. Like sometimes a relationship between a student and a staff member you can look at them like they're like an older relative in terms, like in comparison to like just like a grown professor, if that makes sense. Like being unprofessional doesn't always like mean it's a bad thing, if that makes sense. But when it counts and when something needs to be professional, HBCUs definitely deliver. But like people just gonna hate just because they gonna hate. That's just facts.
Misconception number 6. HBCUs don't prepare you for the real world. And I disagree with that because like at least once or twice a week we had college seminars where we have to do internships, resume writing, things in those nature that you have to do when you leave undergrad or even during the summer of your undergrad career. So they very much do prepare you for the real world. They want to make sure you are interview ready. They want to make sure that you are job ready. People might say that in terms of, because there's a lot of just Black people around and that's not all you're going to be around for the rest of your life or for your career choice. But most of the places that we do go work is either Black people, depending on where you're at, or it's a diverse company. So they do prepare you for the real world. I don't believe that.
I have a problem with this misconception because like it's a really common one too. Like anyone can just throw this out, but the reality is HBCUs like groom their students and empower their students to be trailblazers. Like they train the students to not just conform to what the world is, if that makes sense. So while going to a PWI is preparing you for the real world, going to HBCU is preparing you to shape what the real world is, if that makes sense. Like, you being empowered, you can do what you want in this life. You know what I'm saying? You can leave school and you can pursue whatever field you want to pursue, instead of fitting into what the norm of the real world is, like you probably would at PWI. HBCUs are just more genuine, and they just make you feel like you can go and do what you want. You don't have to work a regular 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? You can be self-made. You can be productive in whatever field you want. So definitely the real world is what you want to think of it as, but HBCUs prepare you to be who you want to be in the real world.
And to piggyback off of what Marquise said,
You stay piggybacking off.
Boy, if you don't.
All right, that was only the second time. HBCUs, they give you the harsh reality. They tell you like it is. I feel like with PWI, they'll sugarcoat things, or they'll just brush things to the side. Like HBCUs, no, they'll tell you how it is and help you get better at what you're trying to do. Like, they're not gonna rub your back and stuff. They're gonna tell you like how it is, and that's it. Just deal with it.
For sure.
Okay, now this is reasons why people don't attend an HBCU. Number one.
Wait, first of all, I feel like a lot of these are going to be the same.
Low key.
Like, connected to misconceptions, but we'll just get those out the way. But we're going to dig a little deeper for this one.
Yeah. Number one, people didn't know much about HBCUs when applying for college, which I know is very much true, because when I was in high school, a lot of the guidance counselors never talked about HBCUs, or if they talked about it, they would try to lead you and sway you more to in-state school or PWI.
Right.
I had to do my own research on HBCUs and stick with what I wanted to do and not let them persuade me and go somewhere else, because that's just not what I wanted to do.
I feel like this is very true for us, because we're from Boston, Massachusetts, and it's all the way up north. And a lot of times there's no HBCUs anywhere near here. Like, the closest one, you got to go to Maryland. You know what I'm saying? That's about 6-7 hour drive. So it's like, we're not being exposed to these HBCUs on a daily basis. The schools we see around us, Harvard, MIT, schools like that, we don't see the Howards and the Hamptons and the Virginia States and all the schools like that. So I was fortunate for my mother to be from Virginia. So like, I had a little gateway to schools like there. But if that wasn't the case, I don't know if I would have went to an HBCU, just because the exposure is just not there. So we have to do a better job as students that go to HBCUs to tell other people about it and to give back to our former schools by, just giving information. Because not knowing about something is definitely... I know you're not putting no lip gloss on in the middle of time.
Go ahead, Marquise.
It's cool. It's cool, though. Not knowing about something is really the main reason that people don't go. Like, they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not because they don't want to. They just don't know. So, yeah, we got to do a better job with that.
The second reason is kind of what we already talked about. They don't give out any money or not a lot of money, which again, you have to just take your chances with the school. And even if you talk to financial aid, they can give you more money, because that's exactly what I did, and they gave me more money.
Yeah, we don't gotta spend too much time on that. You're not trying hard enough. If you're not getting no money, you probably just got your financial aid package and you took it like that. But HBCUs, like I said, is a certain level of, comfortability that's there. Like, you can hit them up like, listen, I need this much money because this is what's going on with me. And they will understand. You know what I mean? Like, other people, PWIs wouldn't even give you the chance. You know what I mean? But some HBCUs, they have a heart. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they get it. So, like, you could really, relate with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just talk to them. And they'll work with you as much as they can. But a lot of times, like we said, they don't got the funding. So, they'll give you what they can give you, if that makes sense. But they don't got all the money in the world.
They don't get money. Yes. Reason number 3: people are scared to be away from family or was homesick. Now, me personally, I thought I was gonna be homesick or be scared
You probably
or
was.
scared to be away from my family. No, I wasn't.
You wouldn't say it, but you probably was.
I wasn't though.
You probably was.
I was fine. It don't even matter.
Let's be real.
I'm attached to my mom. Like, I thought I was gonna cry when she left. When she left,
You did.
I didn't.
Not right away.
I didn't at all.
After like a week.
I promise you, I didn't. They might have cried when they left, but when they left me, I didn't cry. I was fine, you know. Oh, Marquise. I was fine. I really, like, just was okay, you know. I feel like it was more so because I had my cousin there that I met. I mean, not that I met. I had my cousin there with me. Then I met some friends when, like, that same day or the next few days.
Right.
So I was fine. Like, if I was there completely by myself, I feel like, dang, I don't know if I can do this, you know. But I was fine. So I'm telling you, just take your chances. Go to the open houses. Do a college tour.
Right.
See how you feel.
It definitely sounds scarier than it is. Like, once you get there, you realize that everyone else there is on the same boat as you. Everyone else is gonna miss their families too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Depending on
can.
where they're from.
That's true. I mean, some people are from.
Some people go home on
Some
the
people live
weekends.
down the street. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They can go home. They can go home when they want to. But
Right.
for us, that just wasn't the case. We didn't have that luxury. We were like 10 hours away, so we can't do that. But you're 9.
We're 9 hours away.
I'm 11.
We're 9, Marquise. I literally just drove there yesterday. I'm 9.
We're in 2 different parts of Virginia.
Oh, you're right.
Like, you're in the top. You're north. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not 11. Maybe we
It's
gotta speed. Maybe 10.
like 10 and a half. I'm like an hour and a half from you, really.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
And do you really just drive 9 hours straight
Yesterday.
without stopping?
Well, we stopped like once or twice, but I went there last night. We went yesterday. I
You
went
just went there?
yesterday and came back. Yeah, to get myself. You want to see myself upstairs?
You really just went there? That's
Yeah.
crazy. To the Moondocks. The woods.
Reason number 4, is same as what we said before. High school was diverse, so they couldn't imagine being with just one demographic. Again, it's a diverse school, different cultures, you know. So it's still a diverse school. Like, I don't know, mine was. I guess his is, and I feel like the other ones are as well.
I mean, you know.
He's extra.
It's enough said. Just go to the next one.
Number 5, their focus on the major in Massachusetts, which is where we're from, had top schools for that. Or major related schools like art school, music school, which is, I can agree with that because HBCUs don't have just art school or music school or that type of school related. It's just undergrad and they have different majors for their school, so that's reasonable, I guess.
Yeah, it's about your priorities, I guess. Like, if you have this one major and you know that this school has a whole school devoted to that,
Yeah.
do you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's fine. But really, like, it depends on what your priorities are. And like, HBCUs are getting there, but they're not to the point where they have just a whole school, whole campus devoted to this one type of major or one type of field. You know what I'm saying? But it really is about your priorities. Like, some people can sacrifice like a little part of their major for the experience that they're gonna get, if that makes sense. But yeah, when you evaluate your priorities, it all work itself out. Yeah.
Reason number 6, MA has best college for healthcare. Not with this because I am a healthcare major. I want to become a surgeon. Biology. Come on, Marquise.
Yeah, but okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, like, healthcare is not a major.
I
Right?
mean, you could major in healthcare, but it's like a broad thing. I'm about to explain. Come on.
Biology is healthcare though.
You can go into healthcare with biology major. What do you do with biology?
So you'll be like, I'm a biology major, like concentration in healthcare, something like that.
Concentration in pre-med.
Pre-med, but
Yeah, that's me.
you're biology pre-med.
Yes.
It's like the hardest major.
It's not that. Chem is.
Listen, anything science, I just don't think about it.
Anyways, but yeah, so I feel like with that, because after undergrad I have to go to med school regardless. So I feel like for undergrad, I feel like the school that you go to, it matters, but it don't really matter like, oh, I have to go to this school because I want to become this thing. I feel like that wouldn't matter if you are going to another school after that. Undergrad, I feel like it's just for you to dibble and dabble and choose whatever thing you want to do. This your time to still have fun while you still can before you actually grow up and have to really focus on your career, if you understand what I'm saying. So, like, after this, I'm going to med school. That's where I'm going to put all my focus in and choosing the best college.
Lock in.
Reason number 7, which is something that we already spoke about. Environment that is more realistic to the workplace that they're going to be in. Again, HBCUs prepare you for the real world.
That's just cap. Like, people say that, but when you go to HBC, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people you can tell that haven't even, like, been on tours, don't really, like, haven't looked too much into it. They just wrote off HBCUs. Like, I'm not doing that from the jump. Like, you can tell, because if you really look into it, like, they don't want to admit that HBCUs have diversity. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just closed-minded, as I would say. And a lot of that is because, like I said, they don't know where they live. They're not getting enough information. And that's what this video is for, actually. So, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do our part to just educate, feel me?
Go to HBCU.
Say louder.
Go to HBCU.
Right.
Reason number 8. Some schools send the acceptance too late, probably after decision day, which is very much true.
That's
because
true. I'm not going to hold you. I might be going to NCAT right now. They didn't accept me till like a week before I moved into Hampton. Like, they're wild.
All right, that's the 4th though. Like, that's August. That was the 4th.
They waited till August to tell me I was accepted for the spring semester.
Oh,
Like,
well, you could have transferred.
I wasn't going to do that. You know, Hampton, like, they on my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. You got that. But yeah, schools do send it really late, which is unfortunate. I don't know why they be doing that. And a lot of times, once you already put down your deposit for a school, you cannot get that back. It's non-refundable.
That's
Hopefully, it
true.
ain't too much if you do decide to change. But I know it'd be like 200 something and up.
Hampton was like
600.
6. Yeah.
Damn!
I was going with you.
I was out of that school, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
Chanaya. I mean, that's a Chanaya.
What?
Really, nigga?
Now I don't know your name. Chanaya was about to go to Hampton.
I was, but
Then she switched up on me.
it wasn't for me. Still in Virginia.
She switched up on me. We had a whole plan. You know what I'm saying? She just last second she was like, "I'm not going to Hampton no more."
No, but why is he lying?
That's not what happened.
We didn't have no plan, Marquise. What plan did we have?
You told me you was going to Hampton.
I said I might. It was between Hampton, VSU.
I was so upset.
I think with Clark too.
You told me but you told me you was going to Hampton.
Maybe. Well, that's where my dad wanted me to go so much. He loved that school. It was a nice school, but
You told me you was going, like, that hurt.
I did not say that.
I wouldn't even just make that up.
I am about to say I might be going there.
Remember they had the little book with all the names of people that got it accepted.
Yeah.
Your name was right there.
Well, of course, because I got accepted.
Right, but like we talked about
I didn't put down my deposit though.
Alright, bro, whatever.
They're a little expensive too, because it's a private school, so you know, bougie. But yeah. I mean,
First
I'm
of all,
Marquise.
speak from what you know. You don't know. There's a reputation.
They are private.
That's all right.
Are bougie.
That's the truth. The private is the truth. Bougie. Yeah, it's a little bougie.
Yeah.
It's a little poquito. You know what I'm saying?
Un poquito.
But me myself, I'm not really bougie. You know what I'm saying? You can't let Hampton like change you. You know what I'm saying? You have to go into Hampton as your own person and you'll thrive. But when you fall into like what everyone else does and like you try,
That's just, I feel like that's college in general though too, because
but a lot of colleges don't have a culture, if that makes sense.
true.
HBCUs definitely do that.
Yeah, but don't let like they go to college and then just try to change who they actually was and be someone that they're not. Like, don't do that.
But you know what's crazy though? I can't imagine like going to like a school with like 50,000 kids.
A big school.
And it's just like no one cares about no one. You know what I mean? Like it's just like.
But our high school is big. I mean, not 50,000,
it really
but
wasn't
it was
that big. You know why? We had 1,400 people in the school, and that was with the middle school.
You sure?
With the middle school.
When I first went,
so the actual high school, our class was 250.
Oh, true. But before that, those classes were huge.
Listen, I know what my class was. Then it was 250.
Okay, Marquis. Reason number 9. expensive slash don't get offered a lot of scholarships and grants. Same thing as before. HBCUs do not get much money unless it's like the known HBCUs, and a lot of celebrities put into those, so they cannot give out much. But if you ask, you will receive. Closed mouth don't get fed.
They sure don't. That's the difference. Like a lot of PWIs, like I said, they'll throw money at you. HBCUs, a lot of that same money is still there for you. It's just not going to be thrown at you. You got to work for it. You got to apply to these scholarships. Even if it's not your school scholarship, there's a whole bunch of other scholarships. You know what I'm saying? You hear those stories about the kids that got $100,000 in scholarship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that scholarship money. If you really want to do all these scholarships, you can. Like if you really put your mind to something, you want to go to HBCU and money is the issue, you can do everything in, you know what I'm saying, your ability to get that money from scholarships. Now, grants, you're probably not going to get too much grants. I'm not going to hold you. That's just the reality of it. You're not going to get too much of those. But scholarships, like, you know what I'm saying, bang out a few essays, you know what I'm saying, do a few scholarship contests and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, get your money.
Thanks.
Get your money.
Thurgood Marshall College Fund, there's a college fund that just dedicates to HBCUs, So reason number 10, which is understandable, the school doesn't have the undergrad major. That's understandable.
I can't say that about that.
Right.
If they don't have it, they don't have it.
Not gonna want to go there, but definitely look into all the HBCUs.
Yeah, we're gonna end on that. Like they just don't have it. Like, that's kind of sad.
But what are we supposed to do, Marcus? I mean, they might have a concentration, but like most people want a major, or they might have it as a minor, but that might not be something that you want to do. Or they have a concentration, stuff like that. But if they don't have your major, I don't know. And this last one is get better deals to attend another school. As we were saying before,
That's true.
With the PWIs, they just throw money at you because they want you to come to their school.
For their numbers, for their benefit. You know what I'm saying? They want to say they have 30% African Americans. You know what I'm saying? You're just a number to them. You get where we're going with this? Like, they don't care. None of the staff is gonna know your name. Your professor's not gonna know who you are. They might know your face, but they definitely won't know your name. If you want to matter, you know what I'm saying, and you want to really be a part of a family, a community, HBCUs. Now, if you don't care, then that's on you, and you can go wherever you want. But me, I know personally, like, I thrive when I know that my teachers and professors care about me, and it makes me want to learn more. So that's just me, though. And it should be you. All right. So I hope that we could provide some clarity on some questions that y'all had about HBCUs. Yep. We're very passionate about the schools that we go to, and we hope that if you guys are in high school or middle school, just growing up, that you guys will choose to go to HBCUs just like we did, because you will definitely not regret it.
We need more people there.
More people like you. You feel what I'm saying?
No. That's all for this video today, friends. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see some more. Please leave in the comments, suggestions, any questions that you have. We'll answer them.
Yeah, let her know.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Subscribe to me, because, you know what I'm saying, even if you don't subscribe there, subscribe to me. But subscribe to her too. Definitely subscribe. And then subscribe to me. Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram at Chanaya.B.
It's going to be on the, you know what I'm saying? You going to put it over there?
Yes. I'll put it in the description box too.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the description. In the description box down below.
On Twitter, and Naya Too Short. You know the vibes. TikTok, Naya Too Short as well. And your social media handle. What, Marky?
You that be posted on TikTok. You wanted to follow you?
I do post on TikTok.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. What?
No, you don't.
Okay, say social media.
All my social media is gonna be down in the description. You know what I'm saying? You can just go check that out if you want.
Order Rover, I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shorty on go. Drop that ass to the floor.